Well, first and foremost, there was a double homicide that happened on Savannah's east side at Georgia and Mississippi Avenues. That's on the east side. For you guys that don't know anything that really starts with a state street like Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama Avenue, that's really typically on the east side. But this homicide actually happened Friday night around 10:47 p.m. But officers arrived to the scene at 10:55 p.m. after the shooting occurred. One victim was pronounced dead at the scene. The second victim was transported to the hospital where he later died from his injuries. Now, these two victims, I only know their street names because that's what's really floating on Facebook is their street names. So one guy name is Lil C, the picture that I'm showing you right now, and the other guy name was Dez. Now, they're saying that this shooting isn't random. They're saying that the shooter knew the victims. So I really want to wait and see, was there any more information that could be brought out about this. You know, that's why I didn't really report on it as soon as it happened, you know, because I really want to get more photos of the victims. But these two homicides I actually talked a lot about on my Facebook page, and if you guys aren't following me on Facebook, I advise that you do, because there's a lot of news that does pump within the city that goes on my Facebook first before I make it in the video. And I've been really commenting on other people's posts and making posts of my own. And one guy in particular asked me, well, what could stop the violence in Savannah? You know, not a stop the violence peace rally. You know, you got to have something else. You got to have a program for these adults and teenagers, you know, because like I said before, I said this in another video, it's a mindset that somebody has out to kill another person. And for what reasons these two people got killed in East Savannah, I really don't know. You know I do a lot of speculation. I'm trying to stop doing that, but I don't really know why these two people got killed like that. You know, I can just say that it was really senseless, and it's just really pathetic, you know. And what I was really saying on Facebook more is just, if you really want to stop it, you know, you got to establish a program, you know, for these teens and adults so that they could somehow put the guns down. It's a mentality that you have to stop with these guys, man. Like, these guys don't want to put it down, you know, they just want to shoot it out. And now you have two families that are grieving over this. You have friends, you have close friends that are grieving over this. And I'm pretty sure one guy was a father. I'm not sure about the other guy, but you know, one guy was a father. I'm pretty sure he was a son of somebody. I'm pretty sure he was a cousin of somebody. I'm pretty sure, I mean, these guys were something to their families, and it's all gone. It's all gone because of one person, or whoever was a shooter was. But all I can really say in this case is rest in peace to the two victims, Lil C and Dez. I don't know these guys personally, but I know somebody that knows one of the guys personally. And I mean, it's like I said, it's a shame, man. You can always resolve problems without using a gun. And does a stop the violence peace rally works? Yeah, it might work for a day or two, maybe a week. But guess what? The shootings gonna keep on happening. Homicides gonna keep on happening, and the Stop the Violence campaign is really gonna come to no avail, no benefit. You know, it might work for a week or two, but people gonna get back in the street and just start shooting each other. And the people that really lose the most is the family. The family loses when this is all said and done, because they can't get them back. You can't get your family members back, no matter how much money you got, no matter how much emotions is running through your body. You can't get them back. So like I said, man, rest in peace to these two young brothers, man. Hopefully I can do an update to this shooting within the near future, because hopefully, I really hope that these killers or killer get off the streets for good. Now, in some other news, on Friday, May the 5th, we actually had a very small tornado that actually touched down in Garden City, and that was actually confirmed by the National Weather Service in Charleston. Now, there has been tree damage, and also it has been building damage towards the Advanced Auto Parts off of Highway 80 in Garden City. And if you guys that's in Savannah or really in Garden City that know about that location, Advanced Auto Parts is like, it's a store, and like next to it is a plaza. I think it's like West Side Cinemas. It's like all in that area. Yeah, like a Dollar Tree in that area. I think right next to it or close by to it is a Kerry Hiller's, a restaurant. Now luckily all those other places weren't damaged as much as Advanced Auto Parts. Advanced Auto Parts was I mean, their roof collapsed. I mean, things just really got ugly over there in Garden City. And actually when I was recording one of my last videos on this channel, you know, I had to almost worry about the lights flickering on and off. So I was kind of like really on edge about, you know, recording because of the heavy thunderstorms. But luckily nobody died from this. You know, it was really a strong storm. You know, I didn't really expect for it to get that much damage like that, because I think it rained Thursday, you know, and I didn't see anything about it raining on Friday. So I mean, luckily nobody died from this, but there is some damage to some buildings, particularly the Advanced Auto Parts, and there's no say about the official cause for the damages, but I'm pretty sure that there will be an update pretty soon. And now in my last piece of news, there actually was a Savannah High Assistant Principal that had to reassign after he was involved with another student, and there was some allegations towards that. This guy's name is Marvin Johnson, and it's not so sure about what is the allegations, whether it was some sexual contact or whether if it was just messages, whether if it was just sexting, as most people call it, sexting, you know, sending sexual messages through a text. So it's not too much information that's being brought about. But the guy, he still actually has a job with the Savannah Chatham Public Schools still. He's just not a assistant principal anymore. But just a little side note, things like this don't really happen too often, but it does happen on the low, I would kind of say. And for you guys that don't know, I graduated 2010s, you know, so I haven't been in school for a long ass time. But when I was in school, actually I had a homegirl, and you know, we used to talk all the time, you know, at the lunch table, you know, chop it up. And one day she told me, you know, I went to Jenkins, and one day she told me that an assistant teacher was trying to talk to her because, you know, my homegirl, I mean, she was really developed. I mean, she was 17, but she had the body of a 22-year-old. So when you have kids like that that look more developed than all the other kids, you will have some teachers or a principal or whoever that works at the school that might feel tempted to talk to that teenager. So I mean, that was actually true. And you know, she actually had sex with the assistant principal. You know, she was the only one that told me about it. You know, she didn't tell anybody else. But does this happen on the low? Yeah, I mean, it could happen. You know, I haven't heard about it happening recently, but like I said, as far as the allegations, I'm not so sure what the allegations really is because they haven't stated it. But like I said, if there's any other updates about this, I will let y'all know as well. As far as any other news segments that I talked about in this video, I will provide an update for it yet again. But that's all for right now. It's Pac-Man Jones for Savannah Seaport News, and stay blessed, Seaport.